Everybody, welcome back to the podcast, Exploring the Akashic Field. My name is Maria, and I am here today to talk about how we can support our bodies through seasonal transitions. So where I live right now, it's starting to get chilly. It is November 18th as I'm recording this, and it's starting to get wet. It's starting to get dreary. It's starting to get a little cold, a little chillier in the morning. And I'm pretty sure that next week we're getting down into the 30s. So we are moving into the quiet, cold, introspective months of the year, which honestly are my favorite. I love November, December, January, February. I have no complaints about living in a colder area, but I know that it's important to support our bodies as we are moving through these transitions and acclimating into those new elements that we're living in. So today I really want to dive in and ask Mother Earth some questions about what we can be doing for our bodies, what this introspective time does for us as human beings, also on a soul level, and maybe if we can figure out what's coming in for us, what's going on over the next few weeks as we approach the winter solstice on December 21st. This is a topic that I really, truly love, and is something that I've always felt drawn to. Reconnecting with the natural world, with the natural rhythms, the natural cycles. I have felt for a long time that I've been missing that aspect. I'm missing a groundedness in my day to day, a way to divvy up the calendar year without being so heavily commercialized or so heavy in industry led, I guess. I don't know a nicer way to say it, but I don't necessarily want to mark my season by buying stuff at a store type of mentality. I want to celebrate the seasons of the earth and the transitions that she makes. And I want my body to truly be in accordance and in the same pattern, in the same movement that Mother Earth around me is exhibiting. So I have started to take a few courses with Sarah from Cosmic Sagery. She's very earth element focused and does a lot of Celtic calendar, the Celtic wheel of time or calendar year, whatever it is. Like I said, I'm still learning. I'm new, but she teaches about each of those celebrations and some of the ancient traditions that went along with them. And all of them are a celebration of the natural world. All of them are implementing nature in the groundedness and doing small little activities to help thank Mother Earth for this experience, for the earth that we get to live on and breathe and drink from, all of these things. So it's really, all of those are a celebration of the support that we get from Mother Nature herself. And I love that. I'm an earth girly too. So if you are also really been wanting to do something like this, I recommend checking out Sarah at Cosmic Sagery. I put her information in the last video, but I can go ahead and include it down here. It's just interesting. It's something to add color, add richness to your life, and to celebrate seasonal changes in a different way, which, yay, I'm all for exploring all of those things. So I haven't started my grounding meditation. I actually wanted to invite you guys to do that with me because I've been doing something a little bit different, something that Mother Earth had shown me in a way to really dig down into her and spread out to get as much of that white light divine energy through your channel down into her to allow it to spread. And then thus you have more space to breathe her life force energy back up into you. I want to show you how I'm doing that. And then also we'll open the records and we'll ask Mother Earth about some of these really exciting, fun, cool things. So if you're interested in joining in just a little bit of a relaxation practice more than anything, and a grounding, connecting to divine love frequency, God, source energy, whatever you want to call it. And then also to Mother Earth. It's a treasure and something we should be doing every day, right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start by taking a few deep breaths. And as you're taking your deep breaths, go ahead and picture divine, loving, white light energy above your head. To me, it's like a sunburst. That's how I picture it. And I'm going to breathe it down through the top of my head into my crown chakra, into my third eye. And I'm just going to kind of let it coat my insides, let it coat my aura, my body as it drips down. Like molasses. That's how I like to think of it. Let it drip, drip, drip all the way down. Let it go down your spine. All the way down your back, through your root, down your legs, and out the soles of your feet. And as you're breathing this in and you're drawing the liquid down, the liquid light as I'm feeling it at right now, allow it to branch out into Mother Earth like the roots of a tree. So it's going like this, and then it's spreading. And I'm opening myself up to more light so that I can spread more and give more to Mother Earth. Carry those roots down as far as you possibly can and spread them as wide as you possibly can while still staying connected to the divine light above you. And once you feel really rooted in and grounded, go ahead and take another deep breath and breathe Mother Earth's life force energy up through those root tendrils again. Call it up into your being, into your legs. Hopefully you can feel the tingles as it comes up your legs, travels up your back. And you let it release out the top of your head, out your crown chakra again, and draw it back up into that divine source energy burst, sunburst that you have above your head. And then one more big deep breath through your nostrils. I'm going to breathe that divine white light energy back down into my body. Let it live in my heart chakra. I'm actually going to bring it all the way down into my belly, into my sacral, to light up my being. So now that we've cleared our channel and we've connected to Mother Earth and to Source, I'm going to go ahead and say the prayer to open our Akashic Records. And I thank you for this universal wisdom. For Maria Hall's and the group's highest good and for the highest good of all. Let's just ask the Akashic Records really quickly. What are some ways that we can support ourselves, our bodies, through the changing of the season, specifically fall into winter? And actually, I'm being called to ask Mother Earth, to start with Mother Earth. She's beckoning me, it feels like. All right, let me dig my feet into Mother Earth. Mother Earth. And the ancient wisdom that lives inside of you. What are some ways that we can support our bodies as we go through these seasonal transitions? Specifically this one where it's starting to get colder, more wet and rainy, dark, cold, dreary. First of all, I don't think she liked that I used the word dreary. It's almost like the world is doing, the earth does a different dance as the seasons change. They move differently. The trees move differently. And thus our bodies need to move differently as well. What does this season that we're coming up upon, this season that we're in now, does it have an energetic signature? Does it feel like something energetically? I'm definitely getting like an orange, but it's a soul retrieval, or a time for the soul. What does this mean? What does this represent? They're showing me a snail. A snail moving as slowly as can be, but still in its own purposeful way. So it feels like a slowing down, but purposefully moving. And I think a snail knows not to do more than it needs to. What does this mean in our day-to-day lives? What is this showing us? Now I'm seeing like a image or a scenery of a path. And there's the red and the orange and the yellow leaves on the path. It's wooded and there are still leaves on the trees, but there are also so many leaves on the ground. And it's almost like we're being beckoned to walk into this forest, following the path that's leading to a forest of trees where it's darker. There's not as much sunshine in this tree forest. What does this represent? What is this showing us? A different experience, a different life experience, a different way of experiencing the sunlight. The moisture changes, the sounds change. The sensations on your skin change when you walk into this darker space, to this darker season, it feels like. What type of things would be good for us to do? What's good for us to do as we transition through the darker season, to the darker seasons, the darker time of the year? Gathering around the fireplace or around the fire. And it feels like a time of gathering. But I'm specifically feeling like fireplace, contemplation, fire gazing. Because the fire can teach you messages or give you messages through your extrasensory perceptions. By gazing into the fire, you can receive. It's almost like the fire can program things. Like you're reading a program or an upgrade, or the thing that I'm specifically getting is if you are needing, if you're just kind of going along and all of a sudden you're gazing into the fire can tell you when it's time to leave your job or what new path or career path you need to actually be on. Like it almost can give you that information just by being present with it, spending time with it. And we say, Sarah has taught us that the element most associated with the soul is fire. So it's interesting that I'm being shown now that by fire gazing, you can be put on the path, a different path, or shared information about soul development or soul transformations. That's really cool. That's really neat. So the fire can give us information about our soul or what our soul should be doing. And it's like a programming. It's getting you ready for when nature, the world reawakens, what your steps will be from there. What your path will be come spring. It's a reset. Yeah, it's about taking the time to fully reset and to allow the new information to come in. Your new path, your new whatever. The new, like, pings. This is the time that you get those. So that come spring, your life may look completely different if you follow the pings. If you follow the new information that you've been receiving over the dark months. Besides fire gazing, what else can we be doing in the darker months to support our human bodies or our soul self? I'm getting sleep too. Sleeping more. Allowing those sleepy inclinations to really take over and just lean into them. Because your body is refreshing and regenerating too during these seasons. Everything is kind of turning over and getting a refresh and a restart. Yeah, now I'm just seeing kind of energy, somebody sleeping on the ground, and just like energy kind of coming through their bodies as they're sleeping to just renew and refresh the cells, everything. Just shedding a recalibration. It feels like all of that. What else is a great activity for us to do during the darker months? In addition to these two. I'm seeing somebody cut up a pumpkin. What does this represent? Cutting up of pumpkin. And there's joy in the preparing food. It's like it's gathering, joy in preparing food, eating from the earth, celebration, coming together to realize that everything you have achieved through the year. And for me, what this reiterates then is that the end of the year is the end of the dark season. Whenever that is in the calendar, that's the full calendar year. Because this time we're rejoicing about the life we've accomplished, the living that we've done. But also, we're joyous and we're celebratory for the new programs that we know are coming in. And it's almost like people at one point knew this. They knew that this is what happens during the quiet time, the full resting, the stargazing. Like, it feels like this was known, that, and it was a sacred time for that reason. You were getting your new program downloads. You were starting almost a new life, or starting fresh. New opportunities. It's like you were getting your assignment, which is really cool. And I think especially for young people, this was an exciting time too. Because life is so full of joys and, the new freshness that comes with youth and what could happen for me in the next year kind of thing. What type of foods would best support our body through the darker months? What type of food should we be eating? I don't know why they're showing me deer. I don't eat deer. What is this? I think it's the gifts of Mother Earth. Is there another way to understand this? Is there other information here? Yeah, now she's showing me like acorns and nuts and... Yeah. It almost feels like the things that we've gathered, there's a sense of being so connected to the earth when you can live this way. You eat from what she's provided. You understand that the quiet months are about recalibration, getting your new assignment, sleeping, resting, celebrating. I'm getting very like Native American or even Viking vibes, like where everyone comes and gathers in a lodge or in a space, and it's about the being together with the elements all around you. You are part of life. You are part of the earth. You are an earth being when you live this way. And it feels like an absolutely beautiful, wonderful life. All right, Mother Earth. What are some things that we can work on releasing, letting go of, as we move into a new season of life? What's important for us to reflect on? I got, first of all, life isn't so serious. Life isn't so serious. It can just be living in communion with the earth. It could be that simple. All right, let's ask my higher self. I want to ask my higher self, what are some things that me personally, that I can be doing during the darker months to support my body? They're showing me now. Thanksgiving turkey. I'm seeing a turkey. There's like this fattening up that feels like it's happening. Eating. I think the message for me is really focused around gathering together a family, people that I love, eating yummy food, but being respectful of the food choices that I'm making. Keeping it as natural as I can. Because there really does feel like a sense of groundedness to this time. I'm not feeling like in my head or floaty or thought processes. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like really anchored in earth. And maybe the point is staying that way so you don't get lost in all of the season, and the chaos that can come from it. Now I'm shown walking outside, putting on the snow boots and being outside. Making the time to connect in this way. And again, the more often that I can do this, the more that I truly will and do feel grounded. And that I am living my life presently and fully with the season, with earth, with nature. All right, wonderful. That's awesome. I'm trying to think if there are some other questions that I'd like to ask. Let me ask one more question. I think I want to ask Mother Earth. What are some celebrations of the natural world? What are some ways that nature celebrates in this season as well? I'm seeing mountains and trees covered in snow. Like big time mountains. What does this represent? What is the natural world experiencing and celebrating? It's really, what I'm getting is like that peace of the snow, the fresh snow outside. It's so peaceful. If you go out and after fresh snow, it almost feels like magic is in the air. It has a specialness to it. And that's what it feels like in the imagery that they're sharing with me. What about the snow brings magic? Okay. It's like frozen bits of light. That's why it's magical. Because it's like, has light energy in it. Divine energy in it. Frozen. If we think about water as being rejuvenating when we get inside of it, it balances our body. That as a frozen, with all the wonderful, beautiful properties that it has for the human body, no wonder it's magic. Because in essence, it's a gift from the sky, from above. Yeah, the wonder and the light and all of it. What else does the snow do for us? A clearing and a cleansing in a different way. It almost like attaches. It feels like it attaches to some darkness or denseness or some old yucky energies. It feels like it kind of attaches to it and draws it away. Kind of grabs it more so than maybe a raindrop would. It's like a heavy duty, like smearing, rubbing. Yeah, it's almost like it's pulling all the yuck off. And allowing it to be reabsorbed back into Mother Earth, because she is a master transmuter. Yeah, it's cleansing. What can the snow do for us? What can it do for our bodies, for our souls? Yeah, there's joy in witnessing it. That's for sure. I can feel the joy in my chest as like we picture looking up at the sky as big snowflakes are dropping down. It does add a sense of wonder and beauty and magic. And it almost gives a sense of like when you're there, when you're out there and when you're experiencing this, nothing else exists. Like when you're out in the snow, even if you're by yourself and you're out there and you're witnessing the beauty of this, nothing else matters besides witnessing and being present in it. It's so uplifting in a way. It's just a beautiful experience. And also it's a way to pull you out of whatever kind of place that you're in if you need to be drawn out from it and redirected. You're allowing the natural world to bring you back to present. And you can do this. Does the snow have any other meaning for us? Anything else we can share? I'm seeing like little snow fairies or little snow beings. Beings that are smaller even than snow, that are like white zippy lights, than like ice fairies that come and touch and change and shift and take over for the season. What do these do? What do these do for the earth or for us as human beings? What do the snow or ice fairies do? Or elementals? I just see them like using their little like wands. I know but it's really beautiful. They're clearing things and cleaning up things and touching on things that other elements perhaps don't have the ability to do. And I don't know other than that. But they kind of like zip things in a different way. What exactly are they working on or doing? I think it's a fun time, a free time for them to come in and have free reign of Earth, their own Earth experience. Like, this is my world now. How can we be respectful of these energetic beings? I think they're showing like leaving up plant debris. Like in your garden, if you have flowers, Maybe leaving them there instead of cutting them back in the fall. Because I see them like talking to the plants. What else do how else can we support these beings? I think like little nuts. I'm seeing little nuts and seeds. Definitely keeping the bird feeders full. But like little treats too. Like I'm seeing rolls, like bread being left out by trees or in dishes for them. Just as little offerings. Sweet things too. When we offer these things to these beings, how does it benefit us? How does it help our life? How does it enhance us? I think they focus more of their energy in the places that they're welcomed. So whatever kind of recalibration or whatever they're doing to the space, they're doing it more to spaces that offer them these welcoming things. So I'm just seeing like my backyard vegetable garden. They're putting extra effort into the garden and into just my space when I offer them treats or trinkets or things in return. And I think also acknowledging that they're there, like, hi, little ones. Thanks for being here. They're showing me a red cardinal. What does a cardinal represent? Like the cardinal's part of the season for a reason. Why is the cardinal part of the darker, cold season? What does this represent? Oh, almost like a messenger. Wow, wow. Okay, keep going. Cardinals have this go-between capability. They're messengers in a way between spirit, between the elementals, and between us. Do these light beings, they work with the cardinals? Yeah, they're all part of the same kingdom. Like they all reside on Earth at the same time, and they all kind of work together. I just see the little ice fairies whispering in the cardinal's ear. Those, or like passing on the things. That's really nice. Okay, cool. All right, Mother Earth, before we go today, is there anything else that you'd like to say for us as we move into the darker season? Anything you'd like for us to keep in mind as we do this? There's nothing to fear in the dark. This is something that human beings experience and have always experienced. For thousands and thousands of years, we've existed with both the light and the dark. And only by experiencing fully the darkness or the darkest parts of the year do you get to experience fully the lightest parts of the year. Like you have to have one with the other. They're not separate. understanding how to be calm, to be present. In this time, was good. And she's showing me like a resting period again. A resting period that creates a transformational butterfly change. You wake up in spring, or you begin again in spring as a butterfly after cocooning for so many months. Yeah, that's awesome. So that's some cool tools and some cool information. Thank you, Mother Earth, my higher self. Hold on, let me ask my higher self if she has anything else. Higher self, is there anything else about the dark season that would be helpful to know? To just embody it more, to help embody the season as much and as fully as I can. It would be a good time, I think, for me, especially to take up a craft. They're showing me sewing. It looks like a blanket. Why would this be good, or at least good for me to do right now? And it's actually sewing a blanket by candlelight, like not the light, the big lights aren't on, the TV's not on. It's an embodying of a way of living that people had done for thousands and thousands of years without the lights, without the external not meditation, without the external media input. So cutting some of that out maybe for me would be beneficial, would help me stay more grounded, and also allow me to explore some interests that I hadn't found time for in the sunny season. I've been wanting to learn how to sew. So that's funny that she showed me that. It's fitting. How can other people understand and figure out what's best for them right now? What tools do you have for them to be able to do that? There's like a sitting in stillness in your heart and your chest right here. A sitting in stillness, stripping away everything else, allowing yourself to just be in your heart. And say, what does my soul, what do I really either need right now, or what should I be doing right now to fuel myself, my body and my soul? Yeah, what's going to make me feel grounded? What's going to make my life feel rich? For me right now, I guess that's learning how to sew, which is very on brand for me. Is there anything else that I could be doing, focused on during this time? How about this? What can I include my children in? How do I include my children into this period of time, these dark months? How do I include them in my life? Yeah, crafting with them feels big. Storytelling, sitting on the ground with a book or two, finding ways to engage that is not in front of the TV, all the time. Allowing them to use their imagination to come up with stories and to tell tales of their own. Yeah, lots of playing and laughing. And just allowing yourselves to be bored, to be in the stillness of no TV on, nothing like that. No video games, no phone. Just allowing you all to sit there in the silence and see what you come up with. See what kind of fun can be had from just letting it unfold. That's special too. I would love to do that. All right. Thank you, higher self. Thank you, Mother Earth. I so appreciate this guidance, all this wonderful information. I loved it. And definitely pieces that I'm going to be taking with me as I move through November into December, January, February. Even the pieces about really what it means, what your body is going through, what your soul, the transformation your soul is going through this period of time, and how really transformative it is and can be if you allow it to be. If you can stay grounded and enjoy the natural world around you in that way. All right. I'm going to be working on it. I hope you guys are too. Let me know if you're feeling called to explore anything this season. Are you starting to sew? Are you picking up a craft or a hobby? Reading any books? I don't know. What's calling to you right now to focus on? I'll be interested to hear for sure. For now, guys, I hope you have a really great week. Thanks for being here with me. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.